Mr. Gabbar Singh restlessly walks on rocks with a belt in hand and asks his men, कितने आदमी थे? सरदार, 2 आदमी थे. One of the 3 men replies timidly. Some celebrity musician who is now compelled to stop singing due to some adverse situation asks his followers, कितने musician थे? One of them replies, सिर्फ 2 musician थे, 2 मामूली musician. Yes, we are going to discuss a poem of 2 ordinary non-celebrity musicians on the grasshopper and cricket, written by a romantic poet. The very word romantic sounds very sweet, very thrilling. It is closely connected to heart and its different qualities like fantasy, imagination, beauty, love, aspiration, sadness, etc. অর্থাৎ রোম্যান্টিসিজম হৃদয় বা দিল ঘটিত এবং কল্পনা বিলাস, প্রেম, সৌন্দর্য, অধরাকে ধরার আকুতি, মন কেমন করা, পাগল পারা ভাব, এ সবই হলো তার বৈশিষ্ট্য। आँखियों से नींद चुराता है, साचे झूठे ख्वाब दिखाता है यही, हंसाता है यही, यही रुलाता है, दिल तो पागल है, दिल दीवाना है. We all know that life equals to K3G, अर्थात कभी खुशी कभी गम. We also know काल हो ना हो, there is no guarantee about it, particularly in the present day situation dominated by Mahabali Corona. Where is our Bahubali, the wonderful superhero? कौन है ओ, कौन है ओ, कहाँ से ओ आया, चारों दिशाओं में तेज सा ओ छाया. Can't our Bahubali fight against Mahabali Corona? No. He is a superhero in the world of fantasy and romance. He is rather busy in romance with Avantika on top of the waterfall. खोया है, खोया है, खोया है, खोया दिल ऐसे, लहरों में खोई हूँ बूंदे यार जैसे. So love and romance, art and music go on forever and ever, whatever the season is, however unfavorable the situation is. Music is an important aspect of nature and her creation. It is the poetry of earth. Great philosopher Plato writes, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. অর্থাৎ মিউজিক হলো মহাবিশ্বের প্রাণ শক্তি। এতেই মানুষের মনের ও কল্পনার বিকাশ প্রকাশ। I often think in music. I live my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music. Can you guess who said this? The great physicist Albert Einstein, who was an excellent violin player. Of course, the music or poetry of art is never ending. প্রকৃতির কাব্য, পৃথিবীর গান থামে না কোনোদিন। The sonnet on the grasshopper and cricket, alternatively entitled The Poetry of Art, deals with this theme. What is a sonnet? Social network? No. Sonnet is a particular poetic form consisting of 14 lines under the category of lyric. What is a lyric? A poem in which the poet expresses his personal thoughts and feelings, maintaining spontaneity, universality, and musicality. অর্থাৎ লিরিক বা গীতি কবিতা হলো এমন এক কবিতা যেখানে কবি তাঁর ব্যক্তিগত ভাবনা অনুভূতি স্বতঃস্ফূর্ত, সঙ্গীতময় এবং সর্বজনীনভাবে প্রকাশ করেন। At the very beginning of the octave of this Petrarchan sonnet, John Keats declares the topic of his thesis. The poetry of art is never dead, and then gives a colon mark. Why? To indicate that he is going to prove his statement. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run from hedge to hedge about the new mown mead, that is the grasshopper. Summer is an adverse season when our body and heart start saying, Jia jale, ja jale, nainotale, dhua chale, dhua chale. When the summer sun is too hot and strong, the birds are faint, that is weak and tired. They are compelled to stop singing and find shelter from the scorching heat in leafy boughs of trees that provide pleasant cooling shade. অর্থাৎ যখন গ্রীষ্মের দারুণ অগ্নিবাণে জর্জরিত দীর্ঘ দগ্ধ দিন, ক্লান্ত পাখিরা তাদের গান থামিয়ে আশ্রয় নেয় শীতল বৃক্ষকুঞ্জে। ঠান্ডা ঠান্ডা কুল কুল বৃক্ষকুঞ্জে পক্ষী কুল। But even then, the song of nature does not stop altogether. Even then, the poetry of earth is heard from the voice of an ordinary insect. The celebrity singers are gone. The non-celebrity singers are on. It is the grasshopper who enjoys hopping from hedge to hedge in the meadow and chirps merrily. He takes the lead in summer luxury. He has never done with his delights. For when, tired out with fun, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. Who takes the lead? When and how? A very important question. The grasshopper, whom the poet calls the poet of summer, takes the lead in producing music of earth even on a scorching day of summer. Nature's famous musicians, the celebrity songbirds, stop singing their delightful songs under the threat of the blazing sun. But the tiny grasshopper does not feel faint under the burning sun. অফুরন্ত তার প্রাণ শক্তি, যেন এনার্জি বুস্টার নিয়ে মাঠে নেমে পড়েছে। তাতা থই থই করে নেচে গেয়ে বেড়াচ্ছে। सूरज की बाहों में अब है ये जिंदगी. In the arms of the sun, this life is there now. Undisturbed by the intolerable heat, he expresses immense joy and vitality as he flits about in the air, filled with the fragrance of freshly mown grass in the meadows. অসহ্য গরমেও ভ্রুক্ষেপহীন গ্রাসহপার আনন্দ আর প্রাণ প্রাচুর্যে ভরপুর হয়ে উড়ে উড়ে বেড়ায় বাতাসে, যেখানে মিশে আছে ঘাস কাটা মাঠের ঘ্রাণ। গ্রীষ্মের উৎফুল্লতা আর প্রাচুর্যে বুঁদ হয়ে সে নেচে বেড়ায় এক ঝোপ থেকে আর এক ঝোপে। গ্রীষ্ম তার কাছে আনন্দ ও মজার ঋতু। Chirping merrily, he frisks about from hedge to hedge in summer luxury, that is luxuriating in the gaiety and abundance of the season. For him, even the summer is a time for joy and fun. आज ब्लू है पानी 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 और दिन भी सानी सानी सानी. How funny, funny, funny. When the grasshopper is a little breathless in fun, he rests beneath a pleasant cooling weed for just a moment before resuming into song again with renewed enthusiasm. Thus, the grasshopper, the poet of summer, takes the lead by keeping the poetry of earth alive even in the sultry season. এমনি করেই সাধারণ এক গ্রাসহপার হয়ে ওঠে গ্রীষ্মের কাব্যস্রষ্টা। তার কাব্য প্রখর দাবদাহেও স্তব্ধ হবার নয়, যেমন করে সমালোচকদের তীব্র সমালোচনার দাবদাহেও স্তব্ধ হয়নি তরুণ অখ্যাত কবি কিটসের কাব্য। As a response to his harsh critics, Keats had once said, "This is a mere matter of the moment. I think I shall be among the English poets after my death." In the very first line of the sestet, the poet reiterates his thesis, অর্থাৎ পুনরাবৃত্তি করলেন তাঁর প্রতিপাদ্য বিষয়। The poetry of art is ceasing never. Then again he gives a colon mark to show that he is once again going to establish his point. On a lone winter evening, when the frost has wrought a silence, from the stove there thrills the cricket's song. Winter arrives with its icy touch, imposing a death-like silence all around. Nature is bleak and desolate, particularly in winter evening or night. Here we can recall a song of the romantic movie Silsila, sung by Big B himself while walking closely along with beautiful Rekha. नीला आसमान सो गया, हवा का गीत मध्यम है, समय की चाल भी कम है, नीला आसमान सो गया. The blue sky has gone to sleep. The breeze sings softly. The speed of time is also slow. The blue sky has gone to sleep. However, frost is here personified. He brings silence in his wake. Here frost becomes a creator of silence, who makes all sounds disappear when he appears. All creatures, including human beings, seek the shelter of their own homes. Even then, the tireless musician of earth keeps the music of earth alive, breaking the fathomless silence of a long cheerless winter evening comes the cricket's shrill notes from somewhere near the stove. শীতের নিঝুম সন্ধ্যার অতল নিস্তব্ধতাকে ভেঙে খান খান করে সঙ্গীত মুখর করে তোলে ঝিঁঝি পোকার বিরামহীন ঐকতান. In warmth increasing ever, and seems to one in drowsiness half lost, the grasshoppers among some grassy hills. The cricket's joyous song permeates the surroundings, becoming louder every moment as the radiating heat from the stove warms the atmosphere. In the last two lines, Keats describes the image of a man half asleep beside the stove, lulled by the warmth of the fire and the monotonous drone of the cricket, he is about to doze off into a slumber. In this semi-conscious state, he hears the cricket's high-pitched notes drifting about in the air and mistakes it for the merry notes of the grasshopper singing gleefully among the grassy hills on a warm midsummer day. অগ্নিচুল্লির পাশে শায়িত অর্ধ ঘুমন্ত মানুষটি ঝিনঝি পোকার ঐকতানে যেন ভেসে চলে গ্রীষ্মের দুপুরে, আর যেন গ্রাস হপারের গানে বিভোর হয়। এমনি করে শীত মিশে যায় গ্রীষ্মের সাথে এবং পূর্ণ হয় একটি বৃত্ত। This is how winter mingles with summer and completes a cycle. Thus, the poem serves as the messenger of hope and beauty, which are undying, অর্থাৎ আশা ও সুন্দরের বার্তাবহ এই কবিতা। There are hope and beauty in even the harshest temperatures as well as in the bleakest of times. Summer and winter are seen as two inseparable peers who sustain the natural world. The poet finds beauty in the harsh as well as in the mellow side of nature. সুন্দরের পূজারী কিটস প্রকৃতির সব রূপের মধ্যেই খুঁজে পান পরম সুন্দরকে। He finds beauty in both the hot summer sun and the cooling trees. Similarly, winter has its own beauty as the frost spins a silence upon the earth, when romantic lovers may dance in the snow. Jara sa jhum lu mein, hare nare nare na. Jara sa ghum lu mein, are nare nare na. Every season in nature, every phase of life has its own charm and beauty. As Keats himself writes in his famous poem Ode on a Grecian Urn, beauty is truth, truth beauty, that is all ye know on earth and all ye need to know. অর্থাৎ সত্যম শিবম সুন্দরম, এ হলো সভ্যতার আদি ও অন্তিম মন্ত্র। Now I will suggest you some important questions from this poem and then from the story The Eyes Have It. You can prepare answers to the questions easily from my video lectures if you listen to them thoroughly and carefully. First, from the Poetry of Art. Question number 1. He takes the lead within inverted commas. Who takes the lead? When and how does he take the lead? 1 plus 5. Or, how does the poet describe the role of the grasshopper in summer? Question number 2. The frost has wrought a silence within inverted commas. How does the poet describe the lone winter evening? What happens then to the person in drowsiness half lost? 3 plus 3. Or, how does the poet describe the role of the cricket in winter? Question number 3. How does the poet prove that the poetry of earth is never dead? Now, questions from the Eyes Have It, part 1. Question number 1. Where did a girl get in the narrator's compartment? Where was the girl going? How did her parents see her off? 1 plus 1 plus 4. Question number 2. Yes, October is the best time within inverted commas. Who says this and when? Why does the speaker call October the best time? 2 plus 4. Question number 3. Then I made a mistake. Who made the mistake and when? What was the mistake? Did it really prove to be a mistake? 2 plus 2 plus 2. Question number 4. I liked the sound of her voice within inverted commas. Whose voice is referred to here? What other sound does the narrator like along with her voice? How does he describe her voice and its influence on his heart? 1 plus 1 plus 4. Next, the Eyes Have It, part 2. It was a safe remark within inverted commas. What is the remark? Why does the narrator consider it a safe remark? How does the girl respond to the remark? 1 plus 2 plus 3. Question number 2. It would stay with me for the rest of the journey within inverted commas. What does it refer to? Why would it stay with the narrator for a long time? 2 plus 4. Number 3. Goodbye, the girl said. When does the girl say goodbye, and to whom? How does the person spoken to feel and wish then? 2 plus 4. Question number 4. The man ... broke into my reverie within inverted commas. Who is the man referred to here? What does the reverie refer to? How does the man shatter, that is, destroy completely, the narrator's reverie? 1 plus 1 plus 4. Question number 5. Can you tell me, did she keep her hair long or short? Within inverted commas. Who asks this question and to whom? Why does the speaker urgently need the answer to the question? What answer does he get to his question? 2 plus 2 plus 2. Finally, I will show you how to prepare notes or answers from my discussion by providing a model answer to question number 1 from the Eyes Have It part 2. It was a safe remark. What is the remark? The blind narrator of the story, The Eyes Have It, daringly remarks that the girl sitting in front of him in the compartment has an interesting face. Next part. Why does the narrator consider it a safe remark? The narrator considers it a safe remark because he knows the common psychology of girls. Stop. Most of them like flattery, particularly about their looks or beauty. Stop. Very few can resist flattery showered upon them by young males. Stop. Last part. How does the girl respond to the remark? The girl is so elated by the unique compliment that she jumps at the narrator's flattery and presents him in return a pleasant, clear ringing laugh. Clear ringing laugh within inverted comma. Stop. She is pleased so much, especially because the narrator has used an uncommonly nice adjective that is interesting within inverted comma instead of pretty or beautiful to appreciate her beauty. Stop. She is indeed tired of people giving her a regular compliment that she has a pretty face. That's all for today. Stay safe, stay happy.